Happy Saturday night. Hey there, besties. Let me know that you can hear me. I am not in my office. I am on the couch because I should not be streaming. I should be resting because my back is killing me because I'm old, child. Because I'm old. Let me turn this down a little bit. You can blame this stream tonight on Take Heed to the Message. Shout out to Take Heed to the Message. Because without her, I wouldn't have known that this was going on. She just posted it, and I'm like, I know you lying, right? So let me turn this down. So I listened to this already. I'm about to play it. Thank you for confirming. Shout out to everybody that is here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. I appreciate you. Last minute stream. Oh my God. I'm just tired. Like I'm like tired right now, of course, but I'm just tired of these bitches. That's all I got to say. And I have my Generation X channel live streaming this as well, because in my mind, I think part of my disbelief in half of this is the fact that the time that I grew up, this stuff is ridiculous. In a time where I guess if people were talking like this and speaking like this, and I know that we have the internet as a thing to exacerbate everything and make it so much more than what it was. I just don't understand how women just think that this is going to help anything and anyone. I'm Black, as everybody knows, and I specifically, speak about Black people, which makes sense, right? Even though Black people be upset about it. I've been tired, right? But I'm tired of this attitude-ish, I know what I'm doing, and all that. And then when someone says something, you get offended because you act like the exact person that people, say about all of us. And I agree. Thank you, Devon. I absolutely agree that that's what this was about. But again, when all these people want to talk about what's wrong with the community, what's going on with the community, what needs to be done with the community, and SYCBM, when the community wants and keeps asking for Black men to step up, Black men, you need to, Black men, you got to save, you got to do, these women, these kids, this, that, and the third. I'm not even a man, and I'm like, why would anyone want to come out here and help people who continue to basically give people their ass to kiss? That's the best way that I could put this. If you don't want to be married, fine. If you don't want to be in a relationship, fine. If you want to travel the world, fine. If you want to be a single mother, cool. This nasty attitude of you not gonna tell me though. Why does it have to be all that? Why does everybody in the world have to know your fuckery, for lack of a better way to describe it? Especially with this heifer. I cannot stand this bitch. Y'all already know. And whoever said that they tired of watching Kendra, I've been cut her off because she's doing nothing positive to help anyone except for herself. The funny part about this is that as I was looking through her shit, because I never looked through it on Instagram, she now has, I think it's called a Kendra's Closet, where I guess she's selling these heifers clothes. And I just want to know from the 92%, why is it that you are so freaking gullible and you fall for any and everything just because it's a Black woman? Why is it that you can't just make your own decisions, first of all, based off of how people are and how they freaking treat you. Because TSR, meaning the shade room, keeps coming up with all these stupid ass stories about how y'all out here getting finessed by the same people that you think that you, because you ain't talking to me, have to follow and do for because they're black and you're black. Now, I know I was only a child in the 70s, but nothing like this have I ever experienced. And I'm not even talking, like, take the internet out of it, because it's not like we didn't talk to each other. I grew up in a old-fashioned black neighborhood, or with grannies, aunties, uncles, all that. Kids, you know what I'm saying? Local school, all it was all black people in a whole ass black neighborhood. Everybody owned their house. Everybody maybe even had more than one house. People were married for the most part. And yeah, we know that people were sneaking out over here. Yeah, we know that people were sneaking out over there sometimes even. But for the most part, you minded your business. You took care of what you had to take care of. You took care of your family. No drama, no shame to the family name. I always say that. No shame to the family name. You people today do not give a damn about none of that. And then turn around and start talking about community. We had community back in the 70s and even the 80s. I would even say in the 90s. We had what was a community, because if I did something on this corner, by the time I got home, my grandmother is going to know about it. If I took the long way home, somebody's going to say, Michonne, where you going? You know you need to go that way. If I actually did this. My school was a block away from my house with my grandmother. I got a D or something on a paper. First grade kindergarten, right? It must have been first grade. I dropped it on purpose. I dropped it on purpose, thinking that it would just go away, right? Do you know, by the time I got home, somebody was walking right in behind me saying, Michonne, drop this. I want to make sure you got it. Talking to my granny. And then, of course, she comes to me and says, why you dropped this? And I'm lying. And I said, I didn't. She said, you dropped this on purpose, didn't you? I said, no, I didn't. Lying. I was lying. She said, don't lie to me. Of course, I had my head down. She said, don't you ever do this again. She said, because it don't matter what the damn grade is. You don't be littering. Because that's what she went to. Don't be littering. And she said, don't be lying to me. And then don't be taking, and don't be messing up in school and think that you're just gonna just throw something away and not let nobody know. She said, don't be having our business out here in the street. And I'm in the first grade. This is what was going on in the 70s. We really did have a community. We really did have people who looked out for us. Nobody said there was no crime. Nobody said there was no racism. What I'm going to say is there was more racism then than it is now. I'm not trying to compare racism. Trust me, I'm not. But it was a lot more blatant back then than now. But nobody can seem to do anything. Life sucks. And if life is so bad, why is it that you heifers got to keep coming out here and talking shit? And again, Devon, I agree. This is rage bait for sure, because she is in these comments, like somebody just said, fighting for her life, but she's doing it on purpose. She's doing it on purpose so that she can placate to her audience. Listen to me when I tell you, take my 54 years on this earth and trust me when I tell you, she definitely did this for rage bait, to show and prove to her audience, you don't need a man because this is how they act. Let me go ahead and play this for y'all so I can get this bug-eyed bitch off the screen. And I'm going to let it play twice. Let me turn this music down. I don't want nobody to miss nothing of this mess.
Something. As long as the requirement is for me to lay on my back and open my legs, a man will never be the prize because the requirement is my life. Okay. The requirement is my energy. The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole company. Okay. So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize. And I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey, why can't a man get Kendra? I ain't never trying to get no man, honey. You got to get me because I am 1000% whole, good, and thriving. And I am proof that this notion of without a man, you will not be happy. That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man. Thank God. Like sometimes you should say thank God to that prayer. See, a woman, when she really knows her worth, she knows what she brings to a relationship. So you can't manipulate her giving that greatness to you because you think you great. I think the hell not. You ain't got enough money in the bank for my life. Your penis is not big enough for the sacrifice for my life. There ain't an access you can give me that I cannot get on my own that is worth the sacrifice of my life. And that's just a fact. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just telling you what I know. And I've known that my entire life. My life represents that like it's non-negotiable. You can see it now. But when I didn't have a pot to piss in, okay? When I had nothing but a dream and a hustle, I had that same mentality. So you're never going to get the advice from me. It is better to have a man than not to have a man. You're not getting that advice from me. Let me tell you something. As long as the requirement is for me to lay on my back and open my legs, a man will never be the prize because the requirement is my life. Okay. The requirement is my energy. The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole company. Okay. So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize. And I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey, why can't a man get Kendra? I ain't never trying to get no man, honey. You got to get me because I am 1000% whole, good, and thriving. And I am proof that this notion of without a man, you will not be happy. That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man. Thank God. Like sometimes you should say thank God to that prayer. See, a woman, when she really knows her worth, she knows what she brings to a relationship. So you can't manipulate her giving that greatness to you because you think you great. I think the hell not. You ain't got enough money in the bank for my life. Your penis is not big enough for the sacrifice for my life. There ain't an access you can give me that I cannot get on my own that is worth the sacrifice of my life. And that's just a fact. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just telling you what I know. And I've known that my entire life. My life represents that like it's non-negotiable. You can see it now. But when I didn't have a pot to piss in, okay? When I had nothing but a dream and a hustle, I had that same mentality. So you're never going to get the advice from me. It is better to have a man than not to have a man. You're not getting that advice from me. Let me tell you something.
So I don't have the price is wrong button because I'm on the couch, right? But she wants to come and say this. It's basically rah rah women down with men. We all see that this is the narrative. And if this is what this heifer really wanted, she wouldn't need to come out here and make this damn statement. This is supposed to be a person. I'm going to need you hating hoes to listen to me. Okay. This is supposed to be a person that's hosting a dating show for you to come together with a man. Why would she say this? This is the person that you all go to. And as you're all in this comment section, somebody's lying. Let me just say it. Somebody is lying. Somebody is lying. The woman hosts a dating show. The reason that all you heifers are in her comment section is because you watch and go to said dating show. So for her to say, I don't want to make, which is a lie in my opinion. It's just a lie. And I'm gonna show you in a second. Why would you big up that if you want a man? Why would you be calling her show if you're, and let's just be normal. I'm not talking about all the different variations of relationships. I'm just talking about male and female. Why would you then go on this show? You all should stop going on the show. You all should stop participating in the show. She should be cutting the show off because y'all don't want a man. Y'all don't need a man, and that's fine. But then you go to the same show to find a man. Make it make sense. See, a lot of running off at the mouth be going on just to be saying something to show and prove the sisterhood that I'm still down with the sisterhood. That's all this is. This is all sisterhood bullshit. This is I'm still down for you, sister. We all together, sister. You my sister, I'm your sister. And to reiterate the man hate, why is it that you all want to portray this, you hate men so bad, and then turn around and get on the TikTok and show and prove that that's not true? Go make these daggone videos. Child, you all do this stuff to yourself, and then don't be saying, don't be following this heifer. Let me just go ahead and bring this up. Hold on. You want to follow this heifer, not this heifer. This is the heifer you want to follow, who, before she started this dating show, before she started the dating show, somebody broke up with her. Then 2020, she started the dating show. Then she got scammed by Ashy Foot. But she was all into him. She had it all over the place. She thought she was getting proposed to. If y'all recall. For those that don't know, she thought she was getting married. So up until, how long ago was that? Maybe 2 years ago? She was getting married. She was in a relationship. Now all of a sudden, a man got to get her. Because she all that. She is talking exactly like those women that we was listening to yesterday on that show with Kevin Frazier. If this how y'all want to go out that way. But don't blame nobody but your damn selves. Because I know there's a lot of you that don't believe this from the inside out. You don't believe it. You're just going along with a narrative because you're freaking conditioned to do so for some reason, and you don't want to break away because you scared. You don't want nobody to talk about you. You don't want nobody to make fun of you. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of weak ass women. Y'all are weak as F. Y'all are allowing your life to pass you by on the strength of some damn body else and what they may think. It's not just Kendra. It's all these biatches. Just because you might make $75,000, you just think that you the bomb.mf and com. You are not Jeff Bezos. You are not CEO or COO. You still be out here complaining. You still can't manage money. We, and I say we because I'm a Black woman, still at the bottom of some of the dumbest lists and at the top of some of the dumbest lists. So somebody is lying. Somebody around here is lying. And the lies that they are telling, even though they can be proven that they're lying, you all still want to follow it. There is no shame at all in wanting to be partnered with somebody. There is no shame at all in wanting to have a relationship. There is no shame at all if you want to be married. There's no shame in any of that. Stop letting these stupid ass media outlets, dumb ass, non-dating coach people make you think something that is not freaking true. I don't even know what the count is on that heifer site because I cut her out because she was no good. Do y'all hear me? I cut that heifer out because I already knew she was no good. She is one of the detriments to Black people, particularly Black women, in relationships. Why would you go to a person that cannot sustain a relationship? Let me take this off because I'm not trying to talk about Selena. Why would you want to go to a person that cannot even sustain a relationship, cannot act right in a relationship, cannot have a long-term relationship for relationship advice and think that she can help you? When are y'all going to help your damn selves? When are y'all going to take accountability for the things that you do and the decisions that you make? And if that means that you are listening to somebody else that you, one, don't know, two, you have never met, three, ain't got a relationship, one, four, don't have nobody at home, ain't had nobody at home that's saying stuff like I'm living in my singleness or whatever that dumb mess she said at Valentine's Day last year. If there is a person that's happy in her singleness, why would you want to follow a person happy in their singleness? Why wouldn't you talk and speak and follow someone who's happy in their marriedness? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Why are y'all so gullible? Why are y'all so easily led? Why do you listen to people who all they want to do is come up off of any dime that they can get from you? And then when you find out something that you don't like about them, you're going to say, boycott, we don't want to follow, we not doing this, deport them, or whatever stupid thing that you're going to say. And it's like, they already have the money, honey. It's too late because you don't use that thing between your ears in advance of till you get taken yet again. How can she say this and then you continue to go to her for dating? It doesn't make sense. Why is she continuing to host a dating show then? It's because of money, dummies. It's money. It's monetary. That's it. That's all. And you'll still willingly go over there and do whatever it is that y'all do, because I don't know anymore. I don't give a damn. And it's in your face. See, there's so many people, Black people try to say that, you know, people always playing in their face and all they want to see is white people. I'm going to need you to see the colored people that are playing in your face. I'm honestly tired of pointing it the fuck out. I am honestly tired of pointing it the entire fuck out. When are you going to use that thing between your damn ears and discern and understand that there are too many people look, people today as a whole keep talking about consumerism, capitalism, everybody making all this money, poor versus rich, all that stuff. And then you continue to give your hard ass earned money or your easy ass earned money to the same people that you complain about. You're willingly giving your livelihood to people so that they can come up and be rich. And then you'll turn around and say, what happened? Looking for someone to help you or looking for something for the free. Or looking for the government to help you, which is asinine in itself. You keep doing the same dumb stuff over and over again. This woman is playing in y'all's face, and this is nothing new. She been playing in y'all's face. Been. And if you got people in your life who think that it's weird that you, said person, would like to be with some man, whichever man it is, and you looking to get married, you're a fucking fool. Listen, you lucky if you get to live a long life. The goal is to get old. That's what I always say. Shout out to Generation X and all of us that are here as we see some of our icons from when we were younger pass away at ages that they shouldn't be passing away from for whatever the reasons. We know that Rob Bass had cancer. If you didn't know, he had cancer. You Gonna waste life, hours, time, years, months, minutes, moments for a dating guru grifter that's telling you how she allegedly feels, which again, I don't believe her, but let's just take her for what she says. And you trust her to try to get you a relationship, to put you in front of someone that's going to be good for a relationship. At last I saw, she wasn't doing that great to begin with the crazy ass looking people that come through that mess. But y'all think that shit is cute? Y'all think that stuff is attractive? Those stupid stories? That's the level that she has. Let's go there, okay? My grandmother had her military husband. He died. He left her something. Here's a reason to be married if you marry someone that's worth a damn. That man left her 3 houses in the, well, probably before the 70s, but I wasn't born until 71. So he left her 3 houses during the 70s, 60s, 50s. That, you know, a lot of racism going on. A lot of racism going on then. How is that even possible for a man, not only, but I'm going to say only in the military, to be able to have a family of at least 8, 9, 10 kids, 2 adults, and everybody else that wanted to come and live there? But today, y'all can't get through. So today, y'all can't make it work. They definitely had less money than we did. If you in Generation X and you was with your grandmother like that, let us know right now. Did your grandmother complain? Did she have to work? Did you have a grandfather? Like, I never met my grandfather. He was deceased before I was able to know who anyone was. Y'all can't even leave a life insurance policy today. I guess that's racism too. Do you know how much racism was going on back there? I've gotten called the N-word, I believe 2 times, once in Guam and once in South Carolina, by kids. Hardy R. Hardy R. Back then, when we were all together, it wasn't no ghetto. It definitely wasn't no ghetto, but it wasn't no hoity-toityness either. It was just, I would consider it middle class, even with all those kids there. Back in the day, everybody was happy. People were happy. People were living. People was traveling, not necessarily not overseas, but people were traveling. That's why so many people, well, I came from a military town, but that's why so many people were in the military, so that they could see the world by way of the military. So you would go and you would get a husband in the military, because then you could see the world on the military. Plus, that was just one of the better people that had the better jobs and better pay. So it made sense. And even though we got that granny that we looked at the other day, and I believe her story, trust me when I tell you, I absolutely believe her story. It doesn't mean that that happened to your grandmother, and it doesn't mean that you need to take that trauma on. Why would you want to take on somebody else's trauma for your life? Why is it that you want to take on what somebody else says and apply it to you? When y'all out here always talking about this therapy and getting help and emotional intelligence and doing the work, y'all ain't doing no work. Ain't no way you doing work, and then you're going to still go to that woman to try to get a freaking relationship or a man. How? It don't even make sense. She's bragging about single and being single. That's what she wants you all to be, which is the point in this post, is to rage bait, like Devon said. And y'all can start cackling together, sisterhoodedness, and you're going to be solidarily with her. She gets you to say, that's right, girl. You tell them, girl. Then y'all gonna tune in tonight. Then y'all gonna tune in tomorrow. I need one of you hating hoes to make that make sense. Do you see how dumb you look? Do you see how dumb that sounds? And if somebody says you should, you probably should talk to somebody like Maggie and Luke Hazley, you're not trying to hear that because they're not loud. I'm loud. It is what it is. But y'all, I'm not trying to get y'all married because I could give a damn. But I'm not trying to teach nobody nothing because I know you bitches ain't gonna listen. But don't say nobody ever told you. I'm gonna tell you that. Don't say nobody ever told you. So I'm saying, if you want to be married, go to someone that's married. If you want to be in a relationship, go to someone that's in a relationship. Y'all go to the I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady. That's basically what she just said. I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady, I'm a single. And y'all gonna follow her. But you know what? I guess she was following that song as Beyonce was married. I guess y'all forgot that part. I guess that just goes out the window. Y'all, like I said earlier, y'all loved "Cater to Me" when that song came out. I absolutely love that song. But y'all loved that song too when it first came out, when Destiny's Child sang "Cater to Me." And when that song came out, that song sexy as fuck. Okay. Now, or recently, y'all wanted to get the damn thing banned because of what it says. You're being led. You're being led. Just like them LTMs and that other bitch down in Decatur, I believe, trying to take down Jay Witt and his wife over words that they did not break the law, but because they think these are the white people that black women, the 92%, want to be aligned with. Y'all want to be aligned with them so bad, and then you want to turn around and talk about racism. I need somebody to make it make sense. You are aligning yourselves always with the wrong crap. So you want to align yourself with a happily single, allegedly person that hosts a dating show trying to get you in a relationship and marriage. Hello? Do you hear me saying these words out of my mouth? Do you hear what I'm saying? I am speaking English, right? Make it make sense. We just watched tonight's conversation earlier, as we always do. Another show of a bunch of people, but again, y'all into they black, I'm black, we black. And what are you going to wait until you're 80, 90 years old, and then you realize, just like you allegedly realize that Nicki Minaj ain't no good? Again, I don't understand why you all think that you can tell people what they need to do. You can't even get your own shit straight. This is another reason why ain't nobody trying to listen to y'all. Y'all failing every day. The things that you do don't make any sense. And the things that you're doing don't make any sense. So why should anybody follow what you're saying? Let me go ahead and show you who Kendra is, though. Hold on.
So, okay. I love it. So I got a question for y'all. Okay, so what's the one thing you've done in a relationship that you wish you could take back and be honest, ladies? Why y'all thinking I got one? Okay. So when I was in college, I had a boyfriend, and I wasn't over my high school boyfriend, but I had a college. He was he was a college boo. He was a good man, but I was still connected to my high school boyfriend. So in college, you have those breaks. I went home and saw my high school boyfriend. We ended up linking up, and I got pregnant. I got pregnant, and I was a senior in college, and I had a decision to make, and I was like, you could have this child. You can have two things. I never wanted to have a baby at that time without being married. Mm-hmm. And then I never wanted to have an abortion because I felt like people were using abortions like birth control. And I didn't respect that. So I said, either way, I'm breaking one of my rules because he's not my husband. Yeah. So I said, you know what, God, I'm choosing not to have this child. And I have no regrets. I'm so believing women should have their own choice. I have no regrets about my decision. I'm not proud of it, but it was the right decision for me. But I have to honor that I had a whole nother man that I ended up cheating on and got pregnant by somebody else. We always talk about how men do us wrong, but women, we do got to admit, sometimes we did a man wrong, right? So what happened?
I don't know if that's me or if that's this show. Hold on. All right. It don't matter. We got the gist of it. She is listen, I'm not saying nothing about, her and her AB choices. What I'm focusing on is the fact that this is a person who had a whole ass good man that she said she was still having thoughts of the other one, so she went to make sure she made her way down there to see him, got pregnant, and then started talking about all her choices and life decisions and decided on the AB. But then after that, she went back to the dude who took her back, mind you. He took her back, asked her to marry him, and then her father told her that she needed to focus on her career. So now I guess maybe she wants to tell y'all in the name of sisterhoodedness that y'all need to focus on her career like she did, and that she knows, and she's the prize now. She is everything, and that's what you are. And the thing is that I don't understand why is it that it has to be one or the other. Y'all out here acting like it has to be only one or the other. You do know that you can be married, you can have a relationship, and it can work. I think that enough of you heifers think that there's some limit or something and you can only do one or the other. So that's why you always focus on the career and then come back later on. Y'all keep doing that same thing. You're not learning any lessons from anybody. And then you're following this heifer. Like, you do everything wrong. You do everything wrong. Do y'all do this on purpose? You want your life to be crazy, difficult, chaotic on purpose? Is that what's going on? That's what it seems like, for sure, for sure. So if you didn't hear it because you just got here, let me play it for you again.
As long as the requirements is for me to lay on my back and open my legs, a man will never be the prize, because the requirements is my life. Okay. The requirement is my energy. The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole company. Okay. So if I have to make time for you, if I have to schedule you in, if I have to alter my life, you will never be the prize. And I know my worth so much. That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No, honey. Why can't a man get Kendra? I ain't never trying to get no man, honey. You got to get me, because I am 1000% whole, good, and thriving. And I am proof that this notion of without a man, you will not be happy. That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel, because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man. Thank God. Like, sometimes you should say thank God to that prayer. See, a woman, when she really knows her worth, she knows what she brings to a relationship. So you can't manipulate her giving that greatness to you because you think you great. I think the hell not. You ain't got enough money in the bank for my life. Your penis is not big enough for the sacrifice for my life. There ain't an access you can give me that I cannot get on my own that is worth the sacrifice of my life. And that's just a fact. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just telling you what I know. And I've known that my entire life. My life represents that like it's non-negotiable. You can see it now. But when I didn't have a pot to piss in, okay, when I had nothing but a dream and a hustle, I had that same mentality. So you're never going to get the advice from me. It is better to have a man than not to have a man. You're not getting that advice from me. Let me tell you something. As long as the requirements is for me to lay on my back and open my legs, a man will never be the prize.
So I'm sick of her voice, but I'm gonna have to go through it like we do tonight's conversation to refute every dumbass thing that she just said that you hating hoes are gonna listen to and follow. She know what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's media trained. She knows what she's doing. And she's playing to the audience, you dummies, and you're gonna follow it. And then one of these days, and I don't give a damn, honestly. And Skinny Boy is right. She froze her eggs. She was, doing all that. But I guess she can do like Ebony K did. Keep listening to these women. And what's Ebony K doing now? Looking for a damn relationship. Let me first thank Kev G for the Cash App. I appreciate you, hun. He said, just showing love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Ace Gates, thank you, honey. Says translations, you can't fire me. I quit. Y'all crazy. Shout out to Sage Talks Biz. Thank you, honey. He said Kendra will need to get Vivica Fox's phone number because she'll need a hangout buddy real soon. And you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. We just watched Viv. Get her karma. Get her karma. And y'all still want to listen to these old crows. I'm old, okay? Y'all still want to listen to these bitter ass bitches. Y'all want to listen to people that ain't got shit, and you allegedly clearly want it, or you wouldn't be going on to her show. Unless y'all just there to make fun of people, but when other people make fun of those people, y'all get upset. So which one is it? You can play games with your mom. Don't play games with me. You there because you trying to see what's available so you could call. Listen, those men used to tell it anyway. All these women called me. All these women I didn't even ask for called me. All these women reached out. Order. I couldn't even get through because order. Y'all fool someone else. Play those games with your mom. I'm pretty sure it's still the same old. Pop the Balloon still doing over 1 million soon as the damn episode drops. They ain't got no problem with getting people on that bitch either now, do they? Nope. Child. Half damn crazy. Ashley Foot, thank you, boo. He said, the dating app was my idea. There was no talk of an app before me. I couldn't deliver her baby wish, so she dumped me and stole the app. All allegedly, of course. Well, she don't want no man now. She got it all. She got everything. She happy. If she got we don't go through it. Because all this, if I got to lay on my back and open my legs. So you're reducing yourself to that, heifer. That's what you're reducing yourself to. How is there so many baby moms? But these baby moms won't hear it. And you don't hear that she's basically insulting y'all's asses. Shout out to Namri. Thank you, hun. They said, did she calculate her net worth without the lace front? She probably thinks she's one of the 500,000 a year or a month making people. And she's above all the people. And I'm sure she thinks that allegedly, but she's above all the people that come to her show. She just needs them to buy the clothes, buy the programs, the classes, the videos, come to the show, do the super chat, and come to her shows where she goes. She's another one that's bringing the sisterhood right along, and they are willingly going. Child. Thank you, Ashley. He said, interesting. Claims she didn't want a kid out of wedlock, but 2 years ago wanted my kid out of wedlock. Even my Lagos mind is confused at that logic. And Skinny just reminded us that she was freezing eggs. So something don't make no damn sense. TD in the building, thank you, boo. He said Kendra dad told her to focus on her career because he knew she was going to be a good choice for a man to be with. Or he didn't want her to be home with him. We got to think outside the box. Maybe he said, hell no, I don't want her here with me. She got to go. She got to be able to take care of herself. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly. Thank you, Ashley. He said, Miss Sean, this is what happens when I give my Lagosian grade A. She can't move past my Lagos loving. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. But we don't go through this mess again line by line, just like we did with tonight's conversation, because she talking a lot of freaking smack as per usual. Let me go through the comments actually. So she just said bullseye and gave the peace sign. Then she writes, my comment section truly proves how many men are truly scared of women like me. This is basically that men are intimidated by successful women or women with money or whatever, insert whatever they think in their brains, right? That's what she's saying here. Men are now a choice and no longer needed for survival, and men hate that. I have never had this many men in my comment section. So she's basically taken back from, like I said, from when I grew up, Generation X, right? So she's basically saying, actually before Generation X as well, but she's actually saying men are so mad that women don't have to have them, These men have never lived in a time when women had to have them. Just like y'all haven't lived in a time when you had to have a man. So this comparison don't make sense to me. We have not lived in a time where we had to have a man. Men have never lived in a time where a woman had to have them for survival. So to say that is disingenuous, in my opinion. You're taking on some mess from way back when. If you want to take on the mess from way back when, that's why I'm bringing on Generation X to say, when I was a child and I saw what it was, because there was times where there was things called boundaries, and adults didn't tell children and kids all their damn business because it was inappropriate. Now today, that's not a thing, and y'all want to share everything with your kids that you shouldn't be sharing with them, and the things that you need to be sharing with them so that they are successful adults, you don't. Because you act like kids, because you act immature, because you think that everybody gives a damn and they don't. Which is why when you get laid off 300,000 people, you go whine and cry and act like somebody's supposed to do something. Who's supposed to do something? When something goes wrong in your life, you should go to your significant other. Child, if not, go to your mom or your dad. Don't bring it to us. Don't bring it to the internet. Don't ask for money. Don't get on Beg Talk. No. Go figure it the F out. That's what they had to do before. Go to the damn government if you have to. We don't give a damn. We tired of y'all coming to us. You can follow her all you want to. When you're on the side of the road and you're calling Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they said, I don't know you. Shout out Generation X. I know you know that reference, Tom, Dick, and Harry. And they act like they don't know you. That's a you problem and a you fault. Because you were out here willy-nilly thinking that you was sweet Penelope P word or something. And your P word ain't all that. That's why she's referencing it in her little soliloquy here. And I'm gonna lay down and open my legs. Girl, shut up. Y'all always want to equate stuff down to sex. And then when someone says something to you about sex, then you act like you're all offended, saying that someone is sexualizing you. You sexualize your damn self. That's all you equate shit down to. That's why y'all out here saying dumb stuff, talking about, I make this, I make that, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean. Well, then pay for somebody to do it then. Pay for somebody to do it. Y'all got all this money. That solves the problem now, don't it? But you don't want to do that. For all these heifers that got all this money and want to talk all this sugar honey iced tea, I don't cook, I don't clean. Girl, you got the money, just pay somebody to do it. So there's no point in saying all that. Don't that resolve and solve the problem? Oh, no. You want him to do it. And then you want to bring your attitude. And then you want to bring your nastiness. And then you don't want to give up none of this wonderful amounts of money that you have. So you want to live in the olden times when you want to live in them. You want to live in the 70s and the 60s when you want to live in them. And then you want to use it as an excuse to be the see you next Tuesdays that you are in order to talk negative about men. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Isn't it interesting what these heifers want to pull out of their ass? And then when they want to go ahead and go by traditional times and traditional things. If you making all the money and you making more money than men and you doing better than men, then go ahead and spend the money. But y'all don't want to do that. You only want to spend it on what you want to spend it on. But it's okay for him to make more money than you. And then you'll go ahead and do whatever, I guess, if that's the case, as long as you're being taken care of. But then again, y'all be effing that up too. So at the end of the day, it's really, like I always say, about your negative attitude and you wanting to be in control. You cannot pick and choose the equality. You cannot pick and choose the equality. You equally have the same amount of money. So when somebody says you pay for it, there should be no, you the man. No. Y'all want equality. Y'all make all the money. Y'all in charge. See, this is what happens when you run off at the mouth. You done told everything. You don't know how to play poker. These people don't know how to play poker. You don't know how to keep anything close to your vest. You don't know how to not show all your cards. All you do is show all your cards and you look like a fool every single time. I'm trying to understand when you're ever going to learn. How come when y'all say it's a bad economy and look what Trump did, it's a bad economy and look what Trump did? But when it comes to if you got a man now or you trying to get one, they got to take care of you. Well, damn it, I thought it was a bad economy and everything was expensive. Excuse me, I thought it was a bad economy and everything was expensive. So why are you expecting when you have two people with two incomes for one income to handle everything? That's your selfishness. That's your selfishness, and that's why don't nobody want to deal with y'all's bullshit. She talking about a man can't ever be the prize. Then why they always talking about they want a protector, a provider, a husband? They don't ever say father. They don't ever say that. I don't ever hear them say that. Do y'all? And if that's the shit that you want, then how the hell you gonna get it listening and following somebody that says the mess that she just said? Why is it that it always has to be, I'm the prize, I'm the prize, I'm the prize? Are you a teddy bear in the carnival waiting for somebody to do a dunk contest or something? See, that's the problem with y'all and y'all's relationships, is that y'all too busy competing all the damn time. Who's the prize? Who's winning? Who has the options? Who's settling? Oh my God. Y'all always settling. Real healthy, normal relationships don't work like that. But y'all would rather follow a heifer that says shit like this and think you're going to find one? The goal isn't for one person to be worshiped while the other person performs, which is exactly what you heifers want. The goal is mutual benefit, but y'all don't ever think about the other person. Again, that's where you fail. That's why you don't get anything. You don't know what a mutual benefit is because you're too busy being so selfish that you just want to take. It's in essence, I want the free stuff. We like free stuff. Not only does a man add value, a woman adds value too. And if you ain't got nothing that's valuable, that's why don't nobody want your ass. Both people should feel like they have something from the other person. Y'all ain't giving up nothing. Y'all ain't giving up nothing but freaking attitude, and people is tired of it. And if you heifers can be the prize, why is it that men can't be? If you heifers can be prizes, then why the hell can't the man be? That's the person you're trying to. So you trying to get with a what? Not a prize? Like that don't even make sense. So you're a prize, but you don't want to get with one. Then what is the point? What are you doing? Like when you think about it, does it make sense? And what the hell makes Kendra a prize? Her wig? Because she has money, allegedly? Because people know who the hell she is? Failed relationship, dating, curated dating events? Like why did she just, excuse me, she just thinks she's the prize because she said it? Let me play this mess.
Because the requirements is my life.
Okay, so the requirement is her life. So girl, what are you gonna die? Like, I don't even understand what that means. The requirement is my life. Y'all, these people just be saying shit. Just like when the people on tonight's conversation be up there yapping, and it's like, did they say anything? They over here gobbledygooping, and they over here talking about yes, yeah. What are you yesing for? They didn't say anything. And people do that mess in church too. Pastor just be like, the lights are on, very nice in here. Yes. Like, what are y'all guessing and clapping for? They didn't say anything. It don't make sense. But in y'all's minds, you hating hoes, this mess makes sense to you? My life?
Okay. The requirement is my energy.
The requirement is her energy. Y'all, this sounds exactly like something the freaking people on tonight's conversation says. What the hell does that even mean? What does that mean? The requirement is my energy. Girl, shut up.
The requirement is for me to make time for you. I run a whole company.
Listen to this. The requirement is for me to make time for you. And this is who y'all want to listen to. The requirement is for me to make time for you. She runs a whole effing company. My trainer has a whole ass company too, and he certainly finds time for his wife. Help me understand why you are listening to this person. These people are in business to keep you single. These people are in business to keep you single. Child.
Okay. So if I have to make time for you, if I
imagine some man saying that to you, heifers, you would have a fit. I have to make time for you? I gotta make time for you? I don't want to make time for you. Say these heifers wouldn't have a fit, y'all. Say these heifers wouldn't have a fit. I have no problem with making time. I would rather make time for him than work. I tell you that with every fiber of my being. I would rather make time for him than to make time to do what? Be out in the streets? The problem is that he don't like all that time together. That's the actual problem, which I guess I could be upset about that, or I could be like, fine, I'm going on vacation. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to go, get on YouTube. There's no need to get mad. Some people don't want to be in people's faces all the time. Women typically want to be all up underneath of their man. They do. Normal women that I know anyway. Who wants to go be out here with these hoes? Like these hating hoes think that being with them and looking at Kendra on the damn screen is better than being with your man? What? I'm sorry, but then you're on that show looking for a man so that you can then say, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to make time for you. You know I got a business and that's more important. Y'all just stay out of it as a whole. Just stay out of it as a whole. Just stop acting like that's what it is that you're looking for and move on and keep going to curated date. Why come up with a curated dating event if you wasn't interested in men, Bueller? Why would you then get on this internet and complain about the fact that men didn't come to the curated dating event when y'all want to be single and you don't want to make time for a man and you don't want to plan things, you don't want to cook for a man? Do you see how none of this makes any damn sense? And yet y'all say this shit all damn time and act like it makes sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I have to schedule you in. If I have to alter my life,
I have to schedule you in. If I have to alter my life. If I have to alter my life. And y'all think this makes sense? If I have to alter my life, if I have to schedule you in, she is talking about her business versus a man. She is equating the business versus the man and saying, if I gotta schedule you in, so she's choosing the business. She's choosing work. That's who she wants. That's who she desires. That's what makes sense to her. And y'all are co-signing this. Yes, sis, go, sis.
Like, you will never be the prize. And
meaning the man will never be the prize if she got to schedule you in or alter her life in any way, shape, or form. Now let the roles be reversed. And you know I hate to say this, unless the man come out here talking about, I'm not reversing nothing, I'm not changing nothing in my life for you. Oh, you're the patriarchy, you're so misogynistic. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying.
I know my worth so much.
I know my worth with an F. I know my worth so much that I'm not going to make time for you.
That is why it's not about, oh, why can't Kendra get a man? No.
It is about why can't Kendra get a man, because Kendra speaking right now is telling on herself as to why she can't get one. So then it makes sense now she wants to come out here and say that she doesn't want one. That ain't true. She was still pining away for the ex-boyfriend. Now, I know that was a while ago, but she was just in a relationship and got scammed with Ashy Foot. This is all she can say. Because who the hell would want her? Who? 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 With this attitude? Any of you sassy straights interested, Bueller? Is there anything that Kendra Gilliams is saying that you sassy straights would say, there's a redeeming quality? That sounds good. What? What? Anything? Yeah, y'all, that's who. Y'all crazy.
Oh, honey, why can't a man get Kendra?
Well, no, honey, why can't a man get Kendra? Because no man wants you, Kendra, because no one can stand you. No man can stand to be with you. No man can stand your attitude. Plus, if you're not going to make time, you're not going to change your schedule, you're not going to do anything, and your choice is always going to be the business over the man, you can't have one because you have nothing to offer. You're not bringing anything except for your negativity and your nastiness to said table. There is no incentive. There is no reason that anybody would want to be with you. For what? Your nasty ass pleasant attitude? Goodbye.
I ain't never trying to get no man, honey.
Now all of a sudden she ain't never trying to get no man. This is the woman that cheated on her boyfriend from college with her boyfriend in high school, got pregnant by him, had an AB, had a marriage proposal. Her daddy said don't marry him, so she didn't do it. And this is where she's at today. Never married, no kids. Is it a requirement? Absolutely not. But you gonna tell me that the person who was whining after the boyfriend broke up with her, that she started this daggone show and then she went and told that daggone story and she just got out of the scammed relationship, don't want a relationship or marriage? Go lie to your mom. Go lie to your mom, okay? Because that's bullshit. Thank you, Ace Skates. He said, Messi, this is Ashy Foot and his grade A Nigerian Thunder Sword's fault. Listen, she will blame that, okay? To avoid taking accountability, and what she's teaching these hating hoes is that you don't have to take accountability either. It is the same damn story. It's just a different damn situation. And she's helping, just like tonight's conversation, to keep these women single. And they fall for it, so it's their fault at the end of the day.
You got to get me.
You got to get me. Gentlemen, is this attractive to you in any way, Bueller? Gentlemen, is her and her speaking and what she's saying attractive in any way? Is there anything that she's displaying that is attractive in any way that a man would consider going for her, Bueller? Because like me and Trim was talking about earlier, and we've said before, you can look wonderful from the outside. And I'm not saying she does, because she looked like a troll to me, like one of them trolls from back in the 80s, I believe. Them little troll dolls. Your attitude, when it comes out, is what people really know and notice. So even if you look good and you thin and you got muscles and you cute and your hair is laid and all that, if you got a nasty ass attitude, none of that matters at the end of the day. Don't nobody want to be with somebody that's got nasty attitude, mean and rude and crude, arrogant, narcissistic. Child, I feel like that's what she is, but I could be wrong. HMG, I thank you. He said if she helped people get together, she's out of a job. There's so many women. Here's the thing though. There are so many women, Black women in particular, that are single. She wouldn't talk herself out of a job. That's the thing. She wouldn't, because there are so many, she would still have 1,000,001 women on the show. Because regardless of what they say, it's what they do. And what they do is they continue to come back to this show. And they continue to show up with these dumbass stories, I'm sure, to say what they're looking for. So she really doesn't have to say this. In her pea-brain mind, though, she thinks that it does. But even the worst pea-brainers are the people that are saying, yes, sis, go, sis. Because you're still going to go follow that show. You're still going to be single and you're still going to be looking like a damn fool at the end of the day. Child, you can't make it up. Shout out to the squeegee kid up in here, up in here. I see you. I appreciate you. Welcome to a live, long time no see in a live stream, boo. He said, salute Michonne in the chat. Let's remember Kendra's life has turned out exactly as Kevin Samuel said it would. Hashtag winter is Kendra's life. You know what? You're absolutely right. So this is Kevin. Kevin is right again in 2 days, y'all. Because we just did Viv yesterday. And here we have Kendra today, who came through and swiped his stilo, right? And like somebody said, I forget who, I'm not sure if it was O'Shea or somebody else. She has not even thought enough of you hating hoes to update her anything with regard to her show. She ain't got a screener. Allegedly, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. She don't have a screener. She don't have nobody get nobody ready in addition to that so that they are ready when they come on camera. She's still using a phone, if I'm not mistaken. She won't get no equipment. So that's how much she thinks of y'all. That she's going to take every bit of money that she has and use it how she want to. And y'all sitting up there talking about, your hair look good, Kendra, great wig. Child, I'm surprised, honestly, that she's not selling wigs. That's probably going to come next. Honestly, that's probably what's going to come next. Now that she's selling clothes, wigs are next. Ridiculous damn list.
I am 1000% whole, good, and thriving.
I am 100% whole, good, and thriving. Doth protest or speaks too much, whatever, however you want to look at that. If that's what you're doing, why do you need to tell people that? Just do it. If that's what you're doing, why do you feel the need to tell people that? Just do it and be it.
And I am proof that this notion of without a man you will not be happy.
I am proof of the notion that without a man you will not be happy. Now, if there's somebody out here saying that you need a man to be happy, you shouldn't be listening to that person either. You do not need a man to be happy because first of all, your responsibility is to make sure that you are happy. Okay? So if you think that somebody else is going to make you happy, then yet again, then that person can make you miserable by taking themselves away. But see, Kendra wouldn't tell y'all no shit like that. Y'all just going to sit around here and just listen to this foolishness that she's saying that makes no sense. Shout out to Devon. I appreciate you, boo. He said, by saying men are not the prize, Kendra and women like her are admitting to dealing with men that ain't about nothing. That is true. That is true. It's a bitter statement, honestly. It's a bitter statement that they bring what happened before into the next person, into the next person, into the next person. And for all these people that's got all the help and did all the work and got all the therapy, you should know that you can't take what happened with that one to this one. Which is what, like when me and Trim was talking before and Uncle Rick has said, or asked, how would you treat the next man? You changed for him. You're not going to act the same for you're who you are. But the needs of one is not the needs of the other. The needs of this man are not the needs of that man. And I know you hating hoes don't like to hear shit like that because you're so damn selfish. But just like with your kids, their needs are going to need to be met as well. But we know that this is the problem with y'all raising kids. You don't even respect your kids enough to give them what they need. What they need is for you to not be out in the streets and be with them. What they need is for you not to act like Generation X grandmothers are supposed to watch your spawn so that you can go whore for the weekend. What they need is for you to participate in their lives and teach them something and stop putting gadgets in front of their face. What they need is for you to cook them a home cooked meal at least 5 days out of the week instead of door dashing shit, ordering shit, or taking them to sit down out in the world at Applebee's. What they need is discipline and structure and a schedule. See, the problem is that y'all are not interested in doing any of that. And that's why your kids are out here now doing teen takeovers that they about to arrest y'all's asses and give you 6 months in jail. And I support all that. I support all that. You can't even say, you can't even give your child what they need. I have no problem with saying none of that. If the clothes need, if his requirement is for the clothes that have to be folded as soon as they come out of the wash machine. I know this is a silly analogy, y'all, but I'm just saying. If he required the clothes to not be wrinkled and be folded right after they came out of the wash machine, then guess what I would do? I wouldn't wash as much as I do. I would only wash for what it is that I needed, what I could get done. That's kind of a silly analogy, but that's the only thing that I can think of right now, because the things that you work through when you get together, after a while, it's just natural and you don't have to worry about it. But you hating hoes are so hating and so stupid that you think that you think these things are arguments all day, every day. Y'all think that everything is an argument, everything is an issue, everything has to be an issue, everything has to be brought up. And that's not the case. But because you don't want to work with anybody and you want to whine and complain and you want to be in charge, you make everything so much more difficult than it needs to be. These are also things that you figure out when you're allegedly dating. But dating, it sounds like, from what I understand, for you hoes, means that you just get taken care of, quote unquote. You just get food, you get to be taken out, you get all those benefits of dating and being out. But then when they want something in return, you ain't trying to give it up. And then people give you the boot, and then y'all acting like somebody did something wrong. No, you did something wrong, because you listening to this goofy woman on the screen is what's going to get you into trouble. You have to give in order to get. You have to give in order to get. That's what Generation X knows. That's what we were taught. You got McDonald's money? Generation X, tell me you ain't never heard that. You go and say, I want to go to McDonald's. Will you take me to McDonald's? You got McDonald's money? When nobody giving you shit, you better go work for it. If my mom decided that we was going out to eat, she just decided it wasn't because I asked, it wasn't because my sister asked. Ain't there none of that. If you off code, I will call it. If you off code and on a Tuesday, you was like, can we get McDonald's? You got McDonald's money? Y'all over here thinking that you should have everything that you want whenever you want it, at the detriment of anything and everything, because you're so damn selfish. You can't hold back on nothing. You can't think about anyone else but yourself, not your significant other, not your children, probably not even your mom. But you got all the answers? Woo! I'm thinking no. Shout out to HMG. He says, yet not selling wigs yet, auntie. I'm surprised she isn't, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm really surprised she hasn't done that. Maybe it's on the horizon. Yeah, I've heard that plenty of times growing up. Absolutely. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's not what these people are doing, child.
That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel.
That is the brainwashedness that they want women to feel. And I give you 3 guesses as to who the they is, and the first 3 guesses don't count. I know y'all heard that too. She talking about men. She talking about the patriarchy. She talking about you MSGs, you sassy straights. That's who she's talking about. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they want you to. This is a message. This is a virtue signal to all the biatches. That is what they want you to believe.
Oh, because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man.
Because they want you to feel like, oh, you have everything but a man. Ma'am, you are hosting a dating show, Bueller. Ma'am, you are hosting a dating show. They want you to believe you ain't nothing without a man. Welcome to Kendra G Single On, where we go ahead and work on getting you a relationship. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Child, HMG, I appreciate you. He said when single moms start getting arrested for their spawn. Moms will demand police also find the fathers while not even knowing his last name. Girl, bye. You're probably right. You're probably right. Exactly. The call is coming from inside the house. These people are crazy. These people are crazy. Katania's mom said, I love the patriarchy. It keeps men out of women's bathrooms, locker rooms, and off my sports team. See, that's the part that they not trying to understand and hear. We don't want that mess. And it's okay that we don't want it. No, I don't want my grandchildren going into a bathroom where there's a man in there pretending to be a woman. No, I don't. And I don't want to see it either. I don't want none of that. And why would anybody want to watch sports like that? I don't even understand how you could watch it. But because they're allegedly trying to be equal, then that's why they're out here doing this shit, which is why them people down in Decatur can say that the superintendent needs to apologize for some shit that she didn't do and some shit she didn't even say. Don't even get me started on that. Shout out to Jay Witt and his wife.
Thank God. Like sometimes you should say thank God to that prayer.
Sometimes you hating hoes that are trying to get a man should say thank God that you're single, according to Kendra, the one that's going to help you get a man.
See, a woman, when she really knows her worth, she knows what she brings to a relationship.
When a woman really knows what she's worth, she knows what she's bringing to a relationship. What, girl? What?
So you can't manipulate her given that greatness.
So you can't manipulate her given that greatness. This is the absolute tell a woman what they want to hear and they will fall for it. Y'all falling for it. She probably had a crowd of 5,000 today. I mean, she's saying absolutely nothing, but you biatches are so desperate. And I said desperate, and I mean desperate for attention. You're emotional. You want more attention from a heifer that you don't know, but you don't want to talk to your own daggone alleged significant other if they were there next to you. Make it make sense. She just said don't make time. She don't have to make time out of her business. She don't want to make time out of her business. She don't want to make no changes. She don't want to carve nothing out for a man. Child, I can't take it. It's too late and I'm too tired to rant, but I can't take it. HMG, thank you, boo. Know your worth, but can't articulate it. Go to hell. I'm with you, boo. I am with you. I'm sick of her everything.
To you, because you think you great. I think the hell not.
There's a, shitting on men is the thing to do in 2026. And you hoes trying to understand why you having issues. Hating on men is the thing to do in 2026. And then you can't seem to understand why you hoes have issues. As long as you co-signing this shit, being a part of it and going along with the get along, that's why you're going to have a difficult problem with it. And the thing is, here's the thing, y'all. If these hoes didn't want a man, this should not bother them at all. Anything that I am saying, y'all, should not bother them one damn bit. Not one damn bit. If anything that I'm saying bothers them, that's the show and prove right there that they full of shit. You gonna co-sign Kendra's bullshit, right? Well, I'm combating her shit because I don't want to live in a world with just you bitches. Let me knock on this computer here, this laptop. I don't want to live with only you bitches. I don't have a problem saying that I like men. Shout out to the Sassy Straights. I don't have a problem saying that I don't hate being in a home and caring for my family. I'm going to say that I don't hate having gotten married at a young age. No, I don't hate that. That has afforded me to be where I am today. I'm not going to say that I didn't that I hated caring for my kids and doing what needed to be done so that they could be productive adults in the world. I'm never going to say that. Regardless of how much they drive me nuts. I'm never going to say that. I'm never going to regret that. I'm never going to regret what I did in order to get to where I am today. I'm never going to be great friends with a bunch of women because I know your nature, because I'm a woman too. And I know when bitches are talking shit and Kendra is talking shit and y'all follow along with the shit to your own damn detriment. Stop listening to people who don't even have what the hell it is that you're looking for. If that's the only thing. Stop listening to people that don't even have what the hell it is that you're looking for. And then come out here and say this mess. And then y'all still gonna go to her to find you a fucking relationship. But if y'all don't want a relationship, what you going on the show for?
You ain't got enough money in the bank for my life.
Equate it back down to money. You ain't got enough money to be in my life. So she's already realizing that she gonna be alone. Whoever said that, shout out to Kevin Samuels. That's 2. Viv and Kendra Gilliams. Viv and Kendra Gilliams. Remember, she got all these friends that got all this and all that, and she knows all these ball players, and she knows this and she knows that. Ain't nobody taking her out nowhere now, are they? In public. In public. Ain't nobody tracking her down, professing they love, making a a big old to-do in order to get her attention. We ain't seeing none of that. We ain't seeing none of that.
Your penis is not big enough for the sacrifice for my life.
So now the penis is not big enough to sacrifice for her life. What does that even mean? Your penis is not big enough to sacrifice for my life. What does that even mean? Anybody, Bueller? Like I said, these people just be saying shit. And people be like, yeah, sis, yeah, sis. And I just want to say, explain what the fuck she just said, because she just said nothing. You big up in her because why now? She said absolutely nothing. Just like most of the people on tonight's conversation. You can't make it up. Can't imagine why there's so many issues. It really doesn't have to be this difficult.
There ain't an access you can give me that I cannot get on my own.
There is not an access that you can give me that I cannot get on my own. There is no access that you can give me that I cannot get on my own. What access would anyone be looking for anyway, except to the access of your significant other in their arms, in their life? This is how superficial you people are. Honestly, this is how superficial you people are.
That is worth the sacrifice of my life.
There we go with the sacrifice of her life. Is she dead? She keeps talking about the sacrifice of her life. Did she die? What I'm missing?
And that's just a fact. I'm not trying to flex. I'm
not trying to flex.
Just telling you what I know. And
what she's telling you is her sad ass life. That's what she's telling you.
I've known that my entire life.
She ain't know that when she was getting that AB.
My life represents that. Like, it's non-negotiable. You can
look. Now she doing a now she doing a
see it now. But when I didn't have a pot to piss in, okay, when I had nothing but a dream and a hustle, I had that same mentality.
So she happened to come up off of the dating app during C19, which a lot of people came up off of not the dating app, the dating show. Like a lot of people did after C19 happened. So now she didn't made this. She act like she put some plan to paper and did all this. I'm not saying that she's not working on it now, but it's not like she had put some plan to paper and planned on starting this dating show. It just happened because of C19. Now she out here being braggadocious. That's a great way to get some man. So y'all keep listening to her.
So you're never going to get the advice from me. It is better to have a man than not to have a man.
You're never going to get the advice from me that it's better to have a man than to not have a man. You're
not getting that advice from me.
Any advice that y'all are taking from her, you deserve your results. All right, even Instagram is tired. Let me see what these comments say. She responded again. Again, never my entire life has my comment section been 90% men. Nothing I say should bother you boys. Go enjoy your day with your family. Y'all really shouldn't let a woman on the internet get y'all in your emotions like this. I agree. Woodrow said, as you get older, we will see how that changes. Good luck. All these men that are commenting, they shouldn't have been in here commenting. All these men that are in these comments commenting, they shouldn't have been in here commenting. I don't understand why. I don't understand. Would they just sit here and watch for Kendra to make a post or something? Jamal says, yeah, LeBron, Jordan, Michael Jackson will never be anyone's prize. Maybe Jesus. And that's just that on that. You're putting your message out for people to listen to. No reason to wonder why any folks, male or females, listening. You just want to say something repulsive to people. Also, why even talk about relationships? No man wants a relationship with a lady who doesn't know how to value or talk to a man with admiration. That's a comment from a man. Another one says, I love Kendra, so no shade. This is a man. But fellas, listen closely to the ego behind the words. Pure pride. This is not the energy God would want for a man he created to marry into. We've let our personal accomplishments, lack thereof, destroy our respect for one another. Sad. This man says, y'all can say whatever you want. A man chooses who he wants to marry, not the other way around. This man, we still on this who's the prize convo, almost mid-2026. No, it is mid-2026. It is already here. This man says, know your worth and love yourself. Jamalita says she speaks for us all. Thank you, Kendra G. This man says taking dating advice from Kendra is like the blind leading the blind. Laugh out loud, give business advice. You're good at business. Stick to your wheelhouse. But you're nearly 50 and ain't had a successful relationship yet. Why are you giving advice? Because these heifers will listen and pay. This woman says, honestly, men and women walking around thinking they're hot shit is why the dating world is a hot mess. I would agree. No one is saying not to have standards, but what else are you looking at when dating someone besides what they offer in the bedroom and with their bank account? Shout out to this lady. Using the opposite sex for your pleasure is what is wrong with society. It's clear no one here has experienced real love ever. Y'all need God in your lives, and I mean real God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Bless all of you people. Go to church. This one, I think, is a man says, ain't nobody got to get you. What's all the money in the world without having the love and protection of a grown man? Because that's not what she wants. That's not where she's at. So let it be what it's going to be. This woman says, the men in the comments prove Kendra's point. Claudia Jordan. Shake it up, friend. Look at all the male bad bitches on there. Me Too-ish. Alexa, play Mr. Me Too. Exactly. She got her sisters in here, including Claudia Jordan, who will probably be next on the list. Viv, Kendra, Claudia is next if she ain't there already. Thank you, Boo. He said, go Spurs. Where's Kofa? Hit the like button. He was here earlier, but he's got to watch the game to see who the Knicks are going to play. That's what he told me earlier. Shout out to Chris in the building. He said, one day after my dad passed away at 75, my mom said in the kitchen, it ain't nothing like having a man around. These hating women will never know. Nope. And they can stay there and keep wondering, whining, complaining, and listen to bitter bitches like Kendra damn G. They think this shit is cute. It's a man hate thing, y'all. It is totally a man hate thing going on. And child, I don't know who need to step up. Somebody need to step up on it. Because that's what they're getting from this. That's why Claudia had to come in here and say that. That's basically what Kendra is saying, and that's what the rest of them are co-signing. Ernest said there's nothing a person can buy that is more fulfilling than spending time with their offspring and or a soulmate. That's the other thing. Yeah, she ain't even got no kids. There is no happiness for an older person devoid of those shared experiences. The public sees right through women's facade of happiness when they try to pretend unlimited vacations in a quiet, lonely house are more fulfilling. I agree with him. They can say whatever they want. Kendra can say whatever she wants. Her previous, her life happenings and like Skinny Boy said, freezing of the eggs and then getting pregnant by the other boyfriend tells a whole different story. Tells a whole different story. She can lie all she wants to these heifers who are going to eat it up, hook, line, and sinker. So honestly, just like Ace metaphor, get your money, girl, because they're going to give it to you. Then when they found out it's bullshit, because wasn't there recently, y'all, I think Peace World had a video of some influencer who all she espoused was male hate, can't stand men, no men, had all the women's behind her, then popped up married, and now they all mad. Like why are you mad that you're out here following someone that you don't know, and then she goes and does exactly what you know damn well y'all want, and now you mad. And now you mad. Can't make it up, child. This is a man says, recognize this is always coming from 40 plus women who have never been married nor have kids. This is nothing to aspire to. Nope, let them aspire. Let them aspire. This woman says, I see a lot of bruised egos in the comment section. That's the same message. Yeah, this starts to repeat after a while, so that's what it's doing. Anyway. So yeah, that's you know, the bullshit basically. And child, they can say whatever the hell that they want to. She can go fool somebody out those fools, okay? That's it, that's all. They be hung up on the past and certain phrases, and instead of just being normal, getting to know people and just living your life. And they just worried about, like somebody said, sex and money. That's it. Can't imagine why people might call you heifers hoes. You hating hoes. Don't worry, I'll do it. But anyway. So yeah, that's it. Shout out to him. Take heed to the message for bringing that to my attention. I'm like, let me go ahead and look at this dumb shit with this dumb heifer. And these dumb women that's going to still follow behind her after that whole ass message and be looking for a man child. Good luck to you, gentlemen. SYCBM. SYCBM. I'm done. I'm going to lie down. I'm going to get into bed. CIP, if you're going to be on another insomnia or no. I ain't heard from the tether, so I'm assuming he ain't doing a show. Or he'll come on when he wakes up at like 1 a.m. in the morning and shit. I'll be thank you, LC. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all of y'all that came through, especially at the last minute. Reaper, you're a pain. I appreciate y'all. Not the side chick Supreme. She busy building her business, child. Her business. Same old crap, different heifer. That's it. If I come on, I'm gonna come on tomorrow. It'll probably be a little later. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow, y'all. I'm sleeping in. All right. But I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button for me. Shout out to everyone that donated. I see you. I appreciate you. Hype the daggone video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you comment. I see you all in the next one.